What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh boy. Okay, hey, why not? Making his debut on the channel tonight! We have Marilyn Manson. Yes, indeed, how about that? Marilyn Manson making his debut on the channel.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jonathan Breed, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 52% of the vote, moving it from number 438 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song. It is by Marilyn Manson called The Beautiful People.
You kidding me?
Now, have I heard this song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. Listen, I don't know how anybody could not have heard this song. This song has been used in television shows, movies, commercials, video games, ad spots. It has gotten a ton of radio play. I mean, I really don't see how it's possible that anybody could not have heard this song. So, full disclosure, yes, I have heard this song. Now, having said that, this was specifically requested because it is a live performance. So, I'm going to say this as clearly as I possibly can, and hopefully this will leave any doubt behind. I am very familiar with the song. I have heard it a bunch of times, okay? I am not taking the song itself, the song writing, the way the song was written, the way the song was arranged. I'm not taking any of that into account here in any way, shape, or form. I am only going to be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance. I'm going to be specifically looking at stage presence, stage energy, stage interaction, crowd interaction, showmanship, production. I will take how well they perform the song live into account. I will do that, but I'm not taking the song itself into account here. Because like I said, I'm familiar with the song. So please keep that in mind. Okay, this was posted by White Sharks 3, okay? And the video has 54,359 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Beautiful People, uncut live satellite backhaul. Okay. From, I'm guessing, September 4th, 1997 Video Awards. Oh, this is MTV. Oh, God.
Damn it.
Hopefully this won't get blocked. I mean, look, MTV is owned by Viacom, and Viacom are pretty savage about protecting their intellectual property. So I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. Live satellite backhaul. That's going to be interesting. So we're not going to hear any crowd noise at all. We're not going to hear any crowd cheering. This is direct feed from the board. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes. Look, at least the sound quality will be pretty good, right? All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yeah, you're not going to hear any crowd noise. Interesting. Interesting. Hail to the chief! Hail to the chief!
Hail to the chief! Hail to the chief! Rum dum ta dum dum ta da 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 da. Rum dum ti da rum ti rum ta dum ta da.
407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this.
Bill, are you coming back?
In a moment, dear.
Okay. Yeah, it's clear, man. The sound quality is clear. It's interesting not hearing any crowd noise. It's weird. I see the crowd. Y'all can see the crowd. They're there. And I know they're probably making noise, but you can't hear them worth a damn. That's that's the backhaul, man. That's cool. It's different. I kind of like it, actually. I know that's weird coming from me because I love live performances, but it's a different perspective, and I kind of dig it. Anyway, let's keep going here.
My fellow Americans, we will no longer be oppressed by the fascism of Christianity. And we will no longer be oppressed by the fascism of beauty. Because I see you all sitting out there trying your hardest not to be ugly, trying your hardest not to fit in, trying your hardest to earn your way into heaven. But let me ask you, do you want to be in a place that's filled with a bunch of assholes?
Fives. Those flat fives. The devil's tritone. Ah! Oh, man. I mean, look, like I said, I've heard the song. Good Lord. I don't know how many times I've heard the song before. It's about what I was expecting, if I'm being honest with you, from a live performance standpoint. I know I've heard I've heard a lot of people say that Marilyn Manson is very much a performance artist. And, I mean, he's moving around the stage. He's interacting with the crowd. He's got some great stage energy and some great stage presence. And that's wonderful. That's great. I mean, like I said, so far, so good. It's about what I was expecting. So we're hitting for par. Great. No problem there. I wish I could have heard a crowd response when he was done with his little spiel at the beginning. I wish I could have heard what the crowd response was. Did the crowd cheer, or did the crowd just absolutely fall silent that you can like hear a pin drop? I don't know. I'd be curious to see what the crowd response was. Anyway, let's keep going here. I bet MTV had a field day with this. Is it? The drummer looks like he's got rubber bands attached to his elbows because every time he starts to stick his arm out to hit a cymbal, it gets pulled right back in again. I don't think I've ever seen a drummer drum like that, where he had his elbows like glued to his sides. And if he hits a cymbal, it's immediately pulled right back in again. I don't think I've ever seen a drummer play like that before. It's interesting. I don't know how comfortable that is. I don't know how efficient it is, but it's definitely different. I know people are waiting for me to be all shocked, you know, when he took off the coat and he's wearing whatever he's wearing. Guys, I got news for you. That's not shocking. I've seen, trust me, I've seen far worse. But this is 1997. I'll bet MTV had a field day censoring and editing and, oh, dear Lord, I'll bet you they just had a nightmare of a time. If I'm not mistaken, are these, I don't know if these were broadcast live or not, or if they were pre-taped and then, you know, and then they were broadcast as being a live show. I don't know. MTV did some sketchy stuff back in the day. I mean, sometimes what they were doing was live, and then sometimes they said it was live, but it really wasn't. So I don't know. I don't know if this was actually broadcast live or not. If it was, the production truck was probably just a tornado, just an absolute whirlwind of blank that, beep that, cross that out. Where's our black rectangle? Blah, 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 blah. And they're just going crazy. Now, if this was pre-filmed and, you know, edited and everything like that, then obviously they had nothing to worry about. But still, I wonder how many complaints parents phoned in the next day. Oh, my child saw this and my child saw that. Well, folks, I hate to tell you this. If you're that concerned about it, why'd you let your children watch it in the first place? That, if it worries you that much. Stage energy is good for everybody. I mean, I haven't seen anybody standing still and playing. Everybody's moving around. Everybody's rocking out. So good stage presence and stage energy. Haven't seen a lot of stage interaction. I haven't seen anybody on the stage really interacting with anybody else. But I have seen some great crowd interaction. So that's good. And believe me, between the two, if I have to choose between crowd interaction and stage interaction, I will take crowd interaction every single time. I feel, me personally, I feel that's more important than stage interaction. So anyway, let's keep going here.
The beautiful people.
And the drum set is in shambles. Oh, hey, Chris.
Run to church right now. Get your asses in church or you're going to hell.
Oh, please.
Thank you. Good night. Thank everybody. Marcy, Putty Pudman, Putty, Toad. Yo, we out here.
So you saw the people clapping, but you couldn't hear them. Oh man, that drum set is wrecked.
Oh my goodness, that was an elegant end to the evening.
Chris Rock rules.
There you have the 1997 video.
Yeah, MTV. Okay. The score is, I already have a score in my head. It's going to surprise some people. Let me make sure that's the score I'm going to give it, though. I need to be very sure before I give a score like this. So let me get my thoughts together. Let me make sure this is the right score. That's what my gut's telling me, but let me double check. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Marilyn Manson with a live performance of The Beautiful People. This was a request from Jonathan Breed, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 52% of the vote, moving up from number 438 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, before I give my score, I need to make something very clear here, okay? Because I know sometimes people don't always listen to what I say. People don't always listen to the whole video. Some people don't always listen to my disclaimers. So I'm going to put my disclaimer out one more time, just to be on the safe side. And then after I put this disclaimer out, if people want to come at me and make all the accusations they want and stuff, then I'm just going to call them idiots, and I'm going to say, you're blocked. So... you know, because there's always one or two knuckleheads out there who just don't listen. So here we go for the second time, the same disclaimer. Full disclosure, I have heard this song before. I'm very familiar with this song. I have heard this song more times than I care to count. And I really can't believe there are too many people in this world that haven't heard this song, because this song has been used in television shows, movies, ad campaigns, radio spots, video games. It's gotten a ton of radio play. I mean, it's you can't go anywhere in this world without hearing this song being used somewhere in some form of media. So to all those people who say they've never heard this song before, I question them. I do kind of question them. Like, how have you not heard this? Because it's literally used everywhere. I've heard this song, me personally, I've heard this song on radio. I've heard this song in video games. I've heard this song in television shows and in movies. So I don't know how in the world this could not have been heard. So to be perfectly clear, yes, I've heard the song before, okay? So I'm not taking the song itself. I don't care what you say about how brilliant the songwriting is in this song. It does not matter in here because I've heard the song before. It is a complete non-factor. I am only taking into account evaluating and scoring the live performance, what we saw, okay? I am talking about stage presence, stage energy, stage interaction, crowd interaction, showmanship, and production. I'm talking about those 6 things, nothing else. I am going to slightly take how well they perform the song live into account. I use that word live, quote unquote, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, here's my score. After saying all that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that live performance an 8.5. Yep, 8.5. You heard me. That is the score that I honestly believe this live performance deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let's talk about that word live for a second. Now, I know for a fact that we heard backing tracks. I know we did, okay? Clearly in the vocalizations, we heard backing tracks. A ton. Now, that leads to the question of, were the musicians playing live? I believe they were. I believe the musicians were playing live. I don't have any reason to doubt that. Every single time the guitar came in, the guitar player was playing. I did see a cord go into a wireless pack. I saw a cord go into the wireless pack on the bass player. I saw a cord go into a wireless pack on the keyboard player. The mics, the drum kit was all mic'd up. I mean, and Marilyn Manson's had the mic in front of his face. So, do I have any reason to believe that this was not live? No, I can't think of one. Now, here's the flip side. It is MTV. And MTV being the entity they are, for the sake of production, for the sake of being, I hate to say this, but for MTV being the cowards that they are when it comes to live production, I know in the past they have taken some shortcuts. I know they have. And I love it when they blame the artist. Oh, it's the artist's fault. No, you knew about it. Your production team knew that it was happening. So don't try to blame the artist. Take responsibility. And they never do. They always blame everybody else but themselves, despite the fact that they knew and they allowed it. They will never take responsibility for anything like that. So, have they done shitty stuff in the past? Oh, yes. When it comes to live performances on MTV, oh, yes, they have. Many, many, many times. I got two words for you. Milli Vanilli. But at the same time, I don't see anything in this performance that screams lip sync job. Nothing there did. Marilyn Manson's vocals were clearly live. I mean, clearly live. So, I do believe this was a live performance. Now, did they do a good job performing the song live? From what I remember of the song, yes, they did. So, I didn't hear anything that stood out as sounding wrong. I didn't hear anything that stuck out like a sore thumb. I didn't hear anything that made me do a double take and go, wait a minute, that wasn't on the album. What the heck happened there? You know, I mean, not that I've ever owned the album, but I've heard the song many times. The studio recording. So, yeah, there was nothing on this that deviated whatsoever from the studio recording. So it sounded like they played the song just fine. More than anything, I'm giving that 8.5. Like I said in the disclaimer, I'm basing this completely on the live performance. And let's go down the checklist. Let's see, maybe that will explain how I came to an 8.5. Stage presence. Oh yes, definitely stage presence. Check. That was probably the biggest thing. Stage energy. Check. Everybody was moving around. Everybody was rocking out. I never once saw one person on that stage standing still like a tree for the sake of standing still like a tree, unless it was intentionally done for effect. There were a couple times that Marilyn Manson did stop moving for the purpose of effect, because in that part of the song felt like it called for it. So yeah, I'm fine with that, as long as it's not like he's standing there like a tree with his feet rooted into the stage the whole time. Let's keep going down. Stage interaction. That was my one complaint. I really didn't see any stage interaction whatsoever between the members of the band. They never interacted with each other one time, which was a little put-offing for me. But they made up for it with a ton of crowd interaction. And if I have to choose between stage interaction and crowd interaction, I'm going to take crowd interaction every single time. It's more important to make the crowd feel like a part of the show than it is to interact with each other, because you guys do this every single night. You know what I mean? So definitely crowd interaction, head and shoulders way above stage interaction. Showmanship. Yep, we had a bunch of that. We had a ton of showmanship. I've never understood the whole tearing down the stage at the end of the show. I've never understood drummers kicking over the drum sets, guitar players and bass players, knocking over their amps and their speakers. and, you know, tearing them apart and damaging them. I've never understood that. I mean, guys, it's your equipment. You can do with it whatever you want. Me personally, I would never do that. I love my equipment. I would never do that. I mean, obviously they have endorsement deals, and obviously they can get that stuff for free, but even if I had an endorsement deal like that, I still would never do it. I value my equipment too much, and I take care of my equipment. So it would never, you'd never see me doing that stuff. Production. Hands are kind of tied on this one because it's MTV. You know, it's their show. It's what they say goes. Now, 1997, if I'm not mistaken, 97 to 98, this was at the height of Marilyn Manson's, how should I put this, infamy, I suppose. This was when he was the most famous. Everybody was talking about him. Everybody was talking about Marilyn Manson. So this is at the height of his popularity. Did he have some say? Obviously he did. He came in with a marching band. I don't think that was MTV's idea, playing Hail to the Chief. I don't think that was his. I think that was Marilyn Manson's idea. I do not see that being MTV's idea. The whole thing at the podium, again, was that MTV's call? I don't think so. I think Manson had the call on that. It seems to me like Marilyn Manson had a lot more sway on his show here. A lot more call than MTV did. And again, but that all goes back to, was this live or was this pre-recorded? To be honest with you folks, I don't know. Could have been live, could have been pre-recorded. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is this: if this was live, I wonder how much censoring MTV had to do. I wonder how the production truck looked like when these guys took the stage. I wonder if there was just a whirlwind back there, or if this was pre-recorded, they could take all their time they wanted to, you know, edit and, you know, censor and everything else they had to do. In closing, the whole taking off the coat and wearing what he's wearing, guys, come on. I've seen far worse than that. Far worse. So, was that shocking to me? No, it really wasn't. You know, back in 1997, though, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, seeing a man walking around dressed like that might have been a little surprising at the very least. But guys, it's 2023. Seriously, get over it. No, that didn't shock me at all. But yeah, the live performance was great. I mean, I like I said, the song, I've heard it a bunch of times, and if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of the song. I think it's probably because it's been overplayed and overused, and I got sick of the song. I remember the first time I heard the song, I thought it was really cool, actually. I love those tritones, man, those devil tritones. 1, minor 3, flat 5, man, that's cool, man. I dug that. But at the same time, over time, the song has worn thin on me, and I'm not really the biggest fan of the song anymore. But the live performance was fun to watch. Some amazing things happening on that stage. Great stage energy. The high point. The biggest thing was stage presence. I mean, the stage presence was off the charts. And like I said, a lot of crowd interaction, which I'm a big fan of. Showmanship was definitely there. The only thing I really didn't see was stage interaction and production. But like I said, MTV probably had a hand in it. It is their show, but I think Marilyn Manson actually pretty much called the shots on that. So he was at the height of his popularity or infamy, depending on how you look at it. So when you have that kind of sway, you definitely have some pull with what happens on your show. So yeah, I feel good with that great score of 8.5. I really do. I feel like that's a very appropriate score for this live performance. Now, we may have some new people to the channel who are big Marilyn Manson fans, and they have no idea what an 8.5 is. So, first of all, welcome to the channel. Secondly, an 8.5, that is by definition a great score. Just remember this, 8 is great. Now, if you don't believe me, that's okay. Scroll down a little bit. Go ahead and scroll down, go down into the video description. You're going to very clearly see that 8.0 to 8.9 is the grading scale for what? What does it say? It says great. As long as you're getting an 8 point something, it doesn't matter if it's 8.0, 8.2, 8.5, 8.7, 8.8, 8.9, it is all great. There's, varying degrees of great, but this is getting an 8.5. It's right smack dab in the middle. So it is a great live, it's a great Great score. There we go. So yeah, 8.5, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So, 8.5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.